Good morning, everybody. Hi, welcome. I'm so excited to see you all here. I am Kelly Rossouw from Cape Town in South Africa, and I see there's lots of you, lots of very familiar names that I can see. And I just want to mute my stream because I have the stream open so I can keep an eye on the chat on my side, and I'm hearing myself talk, which is Fred is also joining us. Most of you are familiar with the little sir. I'm not sure what he's going to do, what his plan is for the stream. But yeah, we're going to be answering some questions. And obviously, if you guys have anything that you want to ask me, just drop it in the chat. Try and put it like bold question in the beginning so that I can keep an eye on it. He's just ran out the room now. He just had a snack behind me. So now he's probably going to go and, I don't know, try and find a sunny spot or something like that. But yeah, obviously we're here talking about the card, the Neverending Fold card that I did for the Card Maker Success Summit Holiday Edition. It is a super, super fun card. I love it. And like I just completely boggles my mind every time I try and think about like how it works and folds in on itself. But and that's just one of those things. So we do have a few questions that have been submitted by the VIPs ahead of time. So we're going to get to those questions first, and then I'm going to dive into the chat and see what fun you guys have in store for me. So she says, or this person says, I absolutely, positively love your card, and that makes me very happy and beaming from the inside out. I'm very, very grateful. Thank you. However, I have no Cricut or electronic cutter and don't plan on getting one. Do you have a PDF or something for those of us who, I would imagine the questions probably there's not enough text space, who would like to use the card or cut the card even though we don't have a machine? I don't have a PDF currently, but I can very easily make one for you. That's not a problem at all. It's just a very quick conversion from my side. So I will get on that once the stream is over, and I will ask the awesome Stamp Me Some Love team to update the file, and then you'll be able to download it in a few hours. I mean, I'm not sure when. Maybe we'll put out a post on Facebook or something like that and say, like, if you don't have a cutter, then you can grab it there. That's not a problem. We have another question that says, do I glue the gold and blue on both sides of the base? And how do I tell which part glues where? So I would take the image of the card and use that as your reference. Right? So I do also have a freebie that you can use to cut this out of other paper as well. So if you don't want to use the print and cut paper, you can cut it out of regular paper. But it doesn't really matter where you glue the things. It's totally, totally up to you. But if you want to follow the exact kind of recipe that I've used, I will share a link for the freebie, and I will add an updated file to show direction, because as an example, if we look here, this one is actually upside down, and then these two on the side are the right way up. All right, so that kind of, if you're making your own file, but you'll be able to tell which one is which. So you're going to have the one color on these three main assets, and then the other ones are going to be upside down, the blue color, and then the blue in the top corner and the blue in the top other corner. So that's kind of the formula that you want to follow if you want the card to be exactly the same. And then you'll see it's just the inverse on this side. So I think that the card, the colors should all cut exactly the same. And these are the follows that orientation that you should follow. Laurie asks, is that upside down? I mean, technically it looks upside down, but the thing is that when you fold it, you fold that part out and that part out, and then you fold that up. So then it's the right way around. And then all the color is on, all the gold is on the one side. So while it looks upside down in its kind of native format or unfolded format. Oh, now Sam has come. He's come looking for scraps after Fred has had his food. So it looks like it's upside down, but it's actually not. And then when you turn it the other way, you have to then keep the tree upside down in the front, and then you'll fold that out, and then you'll have the blue one from the other side. So yeah, it's so fun. I could like sit here all day and just keep folding it. And I always think to myself, like, somewhere is supposed to be creased, but then it never creases and nothing happens. It's like, it's a completely fun card. You can obviously add a title. You can, I think for some of these, I've added a title at the bottom. There we go, just a little title there. And then one on the other side as well, so that when you have the card up, then the title's at the bottom. But you can, of course, add titles, you know, wherever you want. What do I have my mini distress inks in? So there's this little acrylic holder that I have here. You can get them on Amazon. I will try and find a link for you, but it's super useful because then all you need to do is just pull out the tray. And I mean, these are all the distress mini inks that I have, and they all fit, I would say, perfectly in the tray, but I mean, the ones at the back are kind of standing up, but those are my browns and my neutral colors. So I've done a nice little rainbow, and it's just super useful. So I've got my distress inks in the top tray, and then I've got my chalk inks in the second tray. These are also super fun. They're like similar to your distress oxides, because they have that like white sheen to it. They're a chef's kiss. Love them. And then I have my all-purpose inks in the third tray, and some embossing powders as well. And then in the fourth tray, I have my VersaFine inks. Well, some of them. Not all of them are there. Some of them are in other places as well. So it's just super useful to have all my inks. Well, some of my inks all in the same place. And I have a lot of machines, yes, and I actually have three off to the side here that can't be seen. But obviously I was a Cricut ambassador a few years ago, so I went through their program, and we worked for, you know, money to earn to use in the Cricut store, and we did projects and things like that. So I got to buy a lot of the machines. So don't feel, and obviously it's my job now to be able to use all the different machines and do different things, but they do take up a lot of space. It is nice to be able to try, you know, different things on different machines. It's quite fun. What is my favorite tool in my craft room? I would say my Cricut, but I mean, like, if obviously number one would be my Cricut. If that isn't considered a tool and is like a little bit of a cop-out answer, then it would have to be this. This is my 8.5-inch Tim Holtz trimmer. This thing is so useful. And what I actually do, I use it even when I'm cutting 12 by 12 cardstock, because all I do is I take this off. It's a little bit tricky to get off if you take it off the first time, but if you make sure that you don't damage the clips on either side of it, then you can actually just take that off, and you can trim 12-inch cardstock and this as well, because it's a guillotine, it trims much cleaner than the Cricut scrapers. And yeah, that's probably one of my favorite. I've got so many though, but yeah, this is my favorite trimmer. And I like it because it's small, you know, it's not too big, especially if you, I mean, for you, mostly you probably love card making. So this is the perfect size, because it also I mean, most of them have this, but they've got the sizes for all the different cards on the little grid. So you can see what size that you need, and they go up to, you know, 6 marked inches on the base, and then it's 8.5 inches tall. So it is super, super useful. I kind of wish that they had a ruler down the side here, like on the metal or something, so that you could see. But I mean, you also got the grid on the side, so that's not too bad. But yeah, that's why it's right underneath my workstation, so that I use it all the time. It's super, super fun. Where do I look for inspiration? Pretty much everywhere. I try and look at, you know, other projects and things that people have created. Like just yesterday, a friend of mine was cleaning out her craft room, and she was, you know, getting rid of, destashing a whole bunch of things, and like small little things. And I've got this nice bag here behind me of a whole bunch of new goodies that I've gotten. that I'm going to be using for inspiration, like these little bags, and they have stars on them. So you could make these with your Cricut, you know. And then part of it was also, there are these little I think they're just tags or something like that. But I mean, you could use print and cut to make like these little, how adorable are these little things? You can use print and cut and layers and all that kind of cardstock to make these. I mean, you'd probably use them as like a scrapbooking embellishment, because she is, you know, by all intents and purposes, a scrapbooker. So, I mean, she does a lot of mixed media these days, but those are the kinds of things that I see that and I think to myself, oh, wow, oh, I can do this and I can do that. And then my brain, I was referring to it the other day as a pinball machine in one of the other live streams that I did earlier this week, where you insert the pinball and the pinball just goes ding, 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 ding. And that's kind of my brain when it comes to these ideas. I've got to write them down and make sure that I'm keeping notes of all of these ideas that I have, because I have like a million different ideas and not enough time to do them all in. Isn't that the problem that we all have? Do I have a favorite color palette? Oh, that's a good question. At the moment, my favorite color palette is green. So I kind of tend to bounce between different color palettes. I think a couple of years ago, my favorite color palette was blue, but within the cooler shades, like the blue greens, maybe a little bit of the purples is my favorite. But yeah, I'm absolutely a green girly at the moment. I was actually going to put my crafting top on. I'm not sure if I wore it in the video, but it says crafting is my therapy, because, you know, it's totally true. And yeah, it's so much fun. Do I like to ink blend? Absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. My ink blending brushes are just at the back here behind me. And what I used to do at some point was just kind of take my inks, and then my distress inks specifically, and then just blend out some card backings. And I've got like a whole stack of them because it's just so much fun. Vanessa says she has a t-shirt with that on it. It's so fun. It's, like I said, I was going to wear it because I was actually really cold. Because I'm in South Africa, we're opposites to the US. So it's 4 p.m. now, and we're also in winter. So, but I think maybe because I was like moving around the house and getting my blood going, I wasn't actually all that cold. I didn't end up being that cold. So this is the hoodie that I was going to wear. It's super, super cool. And it's kind of got a representation of everything. It's got, you know, crafting, heat press things, sewing. I do crochet, although I don't do knitting, but I suppose those could potentially pass off as crochet hooks, and then printing and t-shirts and all that kind of stuff. So it's super, super cool. I love that hoodie. I got it last year. A subscriber on my YouTube channel sent it to me. My favorite hoodie last year, and now it's my favorite hoodie this year again. It's so, so cool. What did you learn from another presentation at the summit? Oh, Ardith and I were actually talking about this earlier, and it's gel printing. Now, gel printing has always been something that I've wanted to try, but I haven't really played around with it too much. And I suppose you could also pair it really nicely with Cricut Crafts, because essentially what gel printing is, it's like this squishy little matte thing that you can buy or make your own with gelatin. And maybe that's something that I should do in like a vlog on my YouTube channel. So make sure you go check out my YouTube channel. It's just Kelly Rossouw, just like the title is right here. And I'm going to be posting a lot more vlogs and exploring some fun, crafty, creative things. But gel printing, I want to make my own gel plate because it's really not hard. And I also bought some oil paints on the weekend that I want to try. So I want to do lots more kind of crafty things and see what Cricut things I can use with the gel plates, because obviously you can layer lots of different types of things. You could layer different kinds of inks, paints, you know, textures. You can create your own text. It's a lot of fun. It's sometimes a little bit messy fun, but messy fun can be good, especially when it comes to, you know, getting creative juices flowing and just relaxing. Because sometimes, like, especially for me, because crafting is my job, kind of, and you can, you know, get bogged down in the admin. I mean, I end up doing a lot more admin than I do crafting. So exploring new things like this is so important when you need to, have some downtime, something that's, not monetized, something that's you don't have to do for a specific reason, which is another reason why it's so nice that this card summit is actually now for the holidays. So you can kind of spend the next couple of months crafting at your leisure and just having fun. And I missed the question. I'm going to get to that in a second. So you can pop it back up. Just crafting at the at your own pace and just having fun. Oh, you just highlighted my YouTube channel. Thank you for sharing that. Yeah. So it's great to be able to wind down and try new things. So the jelly plate or gel layer, there's lots of different names that you can call it, but it's all the same thing. It's mostly, like I said, working with textures and things. Have I made stencils with my Cricut? You can use them with the gel plate. I've got tons of stencils. Love stencils, specifically for, let me just grab a few. I knew that this would be the case. So I actually keep all of my stencils together in a folder right here. So I make quite a few with my Cricut. As you can see, I've done, and then I've got, some from brands and Penelope D, and I don't know if you guys have Penelope D in the US. So like as an example, that's a stencil that I'm going to try and show it to you without taking it out. That's a stencil that I created. And then now, I know you can use them with the gel plates, but specifically with this little machine here, your Cuttlebug, you can actually use stencils with your Cuttlebug to create embossed items. So, excuse me. So you can cut the stencil, design the stencil on your Cricut. I have a video for that on my YouTube channel as well. And then you cut it out of not like a super thin stencil material. I like to use a craft shop nearby us have these. They're called frosted sheets, but it's essentially like a softer mylar, and it's a little bit thicker than mylar. This is mylar, and I think this is laser cut because this is not cut by a Cricut. You probably could, but no, thank you. I probably wouldn't. Not something that small. And then what you do is you run it through your Cuttlebug, but you also use a silicone pad. So instead, what I did was I just cut up a kitchen mat. Where is my silicone pad? There you go. Bright orange. So it's one of those kitchen baking mats that you get. I just cut that up, and this thing I've used dozens of times. I'm not going to say hundreds because that would be lying, but that is just super, super easy. Do I have any stencil SVGs available? I have a few on videos, but maybe what I should do is add it to my list of things to do, to put them like on my website and see if I can have a way for you guys to grab those. But I do have a couple of stencil videos, and there are a couple free stencils to get from my YouTube channel. I have a silhouette die cut machine. Is there a way to use my files to cut with a silhouette? Absolutely. They're SVG and PNG files, so you'll be able to just drag and drop them into Silhouette Studio, no problem. I design everything in Silhouette Studio because this little Cameo 3 here was actually my first machine, and I love Silhouette Studio. It's just, I design in it all the time. The Aspire Fox. Yes, the Foxy's here. I love that. That was my second 3D craft ever. It was so much fun. Thanks for the DIY mat. No problem. Yeah, but you should be able to just pull the designs into Silhouette Studio and they should work. Not a problem at all. Heavier grade, use a heavier grade acetate sheet to create stencils on your Cricut. Becky, that's a great idea. Yes, I like the thicker ones. Obviously, for those of you that are watching, make sure that you use the strong grip mat, the purple mat, because it's you need to make sure that the little pieces that you're cutting out stay on the mat, because I've had so many stencils where I haven't watched it all the way through, especially if it's like a super intricate one, and then a little piece of the stencil gets stuck under the blade, and then you have to recut the entire thing, which is so annoying. But that's just one of those things. And for those of you coming in late, don't stress. You'll be able to watch the replay from the beginning. So don't stress about that at all. But I could honestly talk for hours, and I'm glad that that there's somebody behind there going, hey, Kelly, stop, stop. But maybe I should do, a live stream on my channel at some point in the future, just kind of chatting and crafting along, because that would be fun. But if you guys have any questions about my project, like I said, there is, you can cut it with other plain cardstock that you have. I don't know about you, I have a ton of Christmas cardstock, so it's nice to be able to use these. If you guys make it and kind of adapt it and make your own, or if you just make it exactly how I have, not that one, that was my oopsie. Not really an oopsie, but if you guys make this card, please share photos. I would love, love, love to see it. I've seen a couple photos coming through, which has been amazing. Really warms my heart. And I just love chatting to you guys. I love seeing all the same name pop up in the chat all the time. It's so, so, so fun to see you all. I hope that you have a wonderful day. I mean, we're only on day 2 of the summit, so we've still got the whole of day 2 and then another 2 full days to still come. So I hope that you guys enjoy everything that this awesome event has to hold. Make some cards, share some in the group, go and, give some love to some other people's cards and learn from their techniques and fun that they've had. And I just want to thank you guys so much for joining. Very, very much. It is 20 past 4 for me at the moment. My rainbow hair is really pretty. Is there a reason I only dyed on the one side? Cost. It's expensive. It also takes a really long time because it's done by layers. So like when she does the color, she takes like highlights, a tiny little piece, and then she paints the color on. So it takes a really long time and it's expensive. I think also it would just be a little bit too much for me having my whole head rainbow. Maybe one day, maybe not. But yeah, thank you guys so, so, so much for joining. I very, very much appreciate you all being here. I hope that you learned something. I hope that you share something and you have a fantastic weekend. I'll see you all very, very soon. And remember, be kind to someone today. See you soon.